Hey guys, welcome back to Release the Craftin. Priscilla here with another one of these tarot things. I don't know what to call this. Another tarot reading. I'm gonna read my own spread. I collaborated again with Joy at Witch Moon Craft on Instagram for her March long Stories We Tell series, and this time I got to pick the story. Last time she picked Maleficent. This time I picked Hansel and Gretel, or as you guys probably already know, Hansel and his infinitely more clever sister, Gretel, the proper title of that story. And I'm really excited to actually do this, but I'm doing it before the last possible minute because I know that this spread is not going to drag me to filth like the last one did, so I'm looking forward to it. There's no fear here. So I'm really excited. If you guys saw last week's video and were present for that, then you already know what's going on. If you weren't present for that, that's okay. You can catch up. Those videos are on YouTube until YouTube dies. But basically, I collaborated with Joy to make a tarot spread based around the story of Hansel and Gretel and what we wanted to take away from it. And I read my cards. Last week we did Maleficent. The reading injured me physically that I may not fully recover. Maybe I will this time. But here we are. We're doing it. We're reading things. We're reading cards. Thank you to everybody who sent me their readings. A lot of people messaged me their readings of our last tarot spread, and I really loved that. Like, I absolutely was just so tickled that so many people tried it and also got read to filth, so I wasn't alone on my hill of suffering. So I hope that you guys do that again, and it just sort of maybe encourages me to do more tarot related content. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comments for sure. But maybe I'll do that here. Maybe I'll do that on Patreon. I'm not sure, but I'll do more. I think I should do more here on YouTube in the very least, because I normally just keep it exclusively to Instagram, and it's really like a whenever I feel like thing on Instagram. So at any rate, we approached the topic of Hansel and clearly the winner here, Gretel, and we came up with this tarot spread. So you can see that here. If you can't see it very well here, jump over to Instagram. It's on my Instagram. It's on her Instagram. And definitely give Joy a follow. She is super brilliant. I absolutely love her stuff. And everything she makes is like magic, because it's magic. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's literal magic. So it makes me feel magical just to be like adjacent to it and reading it and participating in like the conversations around it. So if you like magic things and you like magic people, check out Joy at Witch Moon Craft over there on Instagram. But jump over to the Instagram to get this spread so that you can follow along if you want to pull out your cards and do that. So getting into it, this time I picked a set of cards that are going to be a lot nicer to me. These cards and I are on good terms. Last time I picked the Murder of Crows Tarot because I'm working with Crow energy this year, but also because I knew I was going to get read to filth, and that deck tends to read me to filth on a regular basis anyways. That's just the relationship I have with that deck. But this time I was like, this is going to be better, because I was determined when we were discussing how we were going to build the prompts to make sure that I didn't get injured by another reading back to back. So I chose a deck that I know is also not going to injure me. So we're going to get into it, and I'm excited. Also, sorry, I never unbox this deck for you guys on this channel. I usually unbox every deck I get, but I wanted this deck for a really long time, and then I got it, and like the greedy little gremlin I am, I ripped it open and looked inside already, so first impressions are already gone. I can give you my having been working with it impressions after a couple of months, but I love this deck. This is Brit's Third Eye Tarot. It's my only tarot in a tin, and I need more tarot in a tins, I've decided. So you'll see those coming up, but if you want to see this deck closer, let me know and I can do that here. It just won't be my unboxing first impression, because I had no chill when it came to this deck. So the first prompt I'm going to do is pocket full of peas. Why was that so hard to say? Because words are really hard. And the prompt for that is, what has led you here? So in the story of Hansel and Gretel, Gretel like leaves some like seeds and peas like on their path to help lead them home, and then the birds end up eating it all up, which is not cool of the birds, but a really good idea on her part. So for that one, for what has led me here, I have the Seven of Cups. And I might get red a little bit on this one, guys. This one is like the card of choices and like having too many options to choose from. It's also like a card that represents like daydreaming or being caught up in like all these great ideas and plans but not actually executing them because you're spending more time thinking about them. So the big thing for me with this card on what has led me here is the lack of clarity. Having all these options, sort of committing to too many things or too many ideas and not actually having like a clear path ahead of me to like do one step after the other because I'm kind of all over the place, which tracks because I have ADHD. So yeah, I'm all over the place. That's very obvious. Thank you for that. And that's how I got here, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just, you know, sort of says that I have a hard time maintaining focus and that I lack clarity when it comes to things. And that's how I've ended up sort of in my current state by having lots of options and not always being able to choose or focusing on the fact that I have a bunch of options, which kind of leads to like the executive dysfunction that I get sometimes where I sort of break down. It also leads to a lot of burnout. And I think that's pretty accurate for how I got here. Executive dysfunction and burnout. And just having lots of things I want to do and not being able to do because I have so many things I want to do. And then the second one, I'm going to go in story order, is the chicken bone, which is related to the little like chicken bone that Gretel tells Hansel to like put through the bars so that when the witch, who doesn't have very good eyesight, goes to see how much he's fattened up, she just continues to think he's super skinny because she's only feeling this little bony finger. And that prompt is a clever idea that you need right now. So a clever idea that I need right now is fucking clarity. Okay. 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 I hear it really loud, really clear. So this is the King of Swords. This card represents like discipline, authority. It's a card of intellect. And the idea that I kind of get from this that I need is I need to use my brain to achieve what I want by sort of maintaining a path of clarity. So I need to decide what it is I want and then continue to put all of my like thinking power into that so that I can continue to like achieve the goal that I'm trying to achieve. It also, like, you can see, like, the King of Swords is really, like, judicious. Like, he's really thinking about it. And he has this sword and his gavel in the background. So the options that are here is to either listen and, like, you know, gain this advice so I can pass, like, a wise judgment. So, like, you know, getting a good idea. Maybe listening to the advice from other people. And then, you know, being able to apply that advice judiciously. Or taking immediate, swift action with the sword. So it's sort of like a balance between that. Like, I need to take input so that I can make a wise choice, but also I need to take action. So, like, it has to be judicious. And it has to be, like, intelligent action. I can't just react. I need to, like, think and then act. So that's a clever idea that I need right now, is to think before I act, which is probably pretty true. I have been having some conversations about, like, the future of my shop and the future of my channel and like the struggles that I'm having and things that I need to achieve. So it's probably just telling me like, hey, you're having these conversations, so you need to pay attention to those conversations so that you can make an educated decision. And then the last spot is the hard shove, and that is when Gretel shoves the witch into the oven so she can lock the door. And the prompt for that is how to be the hero in your story. So how am I going to be the hero today with fucking clarity? It's my word for the week now. Because again, the prompt here is clarity. The Ace of Swords stands for breakthroughs, focus, concentration. It also really tells me that the way that I'm going to be the hero in my own story is by reclaiming my own power. If you were watching last week's video, I talked about a little bit about how some power has been lost. And so I think what this is telling me is that the only way I'm going to be successful in like the things that I want to do is by narrowing my focus, finding that inner clarity so that I don't have like such a tumultuous like state of mind, but then also reclaiming the space that I gave up so that I can move forward. And I feel a little bit red, not gonna lie. I think basically I just need to see like possibilities and know which ones I can follow here. And so yeah, I think that's a pretty fair reading. I don't feel super bad or like soul crushingly dead inside like I did last time. So that's a positive. So I think really what I just need to take away from this is, in order to be the hero of my story, I just need to come up with a plan of action and then stick to it. And sort of take up space in places that I gave up space in. And that's a pretty decent thing. I think I can do that. That's achievable. I feel pretty positive about that idea. So yeah, that is my reading of our Hansel and Gretel spread. You can check out the post to see Joy's reading, because she left hers in the comments for you guys. And that's going to be it for me for now, because I wanted this to be under 10 minutes and we have crossed the 10-minute mark, like, expediently, and we're going to continue crossing it if I just hang out here with you guys longer. Definitely let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you would like to do this reading and send it to me, again, I love that. You can message me on Instagram. You can message me to my phone if you have my phone number, or you can send me an email. I think the email is here. So if you just want to share your reading with me, I would love to hear it, and hear your takeaway on this. And then if you want to tell me what you guys think about tarot related content on this channel, or if you would go to Patreon to see more tarot-related content, let me know. Because I'm also trying to figure out, like, I want to build a Patreon, but I want to build one that, like, people want. So, let me know. Let me know. So many ideas. I'm going to go now. I'm going to have dinner. Probably going to have macaroni and cheese because I'm an adult. And that's going to be it for me, guys. Until then, I appreciate your faces. I'll catch you all next time. Bye!